This is April.
And this is Tiffany.
And you're listening to the Tea of Life podcast, where we enjoy telling each adventure of life.
We hope that you enjoy listening today as we dive into this week's episode. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Christmas and ending our year well.
Yes.
One of the other things that we talk about briefly in this conversation is also Santa and Elf on the Shelf.
That is correct.
So if you have little children in the room, and this is something that you currently engage in your home,
which is fine,
then you might want to listen to this episode later or just fast forward through those parts.
Okay.
But you posted a question on your Facebook page a little bit earlier today, and tell us about that.
So I said, please comment. Anyone have suggestions for gift ideas for those who, 1, have everything, 2, say they don't want anything, and 3, hate bananas, just because they're throwing something out there. And I really wanted to read some things on that in our podcast today, and I got some really great responses.
Okay, tell us one.
But one of my responses, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, I got some really... But my first one I'm going to read is going to sound like I'm tooting my own horn.
No, it's not. I think it's great. You need to talk about
it. You're right. Okay. My dear friend April Abraham posted a really great question on her Facebook page about what to give the other person who has everything. Because I did, because I wanted some content for today. So
Catherine, she shared this?
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah. So, well, she said, I'm reading this for the first time. So, okay. One year she gave me a letter. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I love Catherine. This is like my best friend. So
you gave her a letter?
So yeah. Okay. I guess so. Okay. Hold on. One year she gave me a letter. It was definitely one of the best gifts I ever received. I still have the letter, and every now and then I pull that letter out and read it. April really is talented and articulate, and her words really warm my heart and take me out of a negative headspace. Friendship really is an extraordinary gift, and sometimes it really helps to read the words of a dear friend. Like, that is so funny that she said, because I thought for this year for people's gifts, I want to just give them a lot of encouragement. You know, like, this is what I see God doing in your life. And obviously I haven't done that because it's Christmas is next week. I mean, I still have time.
You have mine written there, right?
Yeah. Right? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to have to start Christmas in July. Seriously, I think that's a reason why people say.
You know, speaking of starting Christmas in July, something that I've been thinking about lately is I know like a lot of people tend to take on extra jobs during Christmas to pay for Christmas. Although I am all for that. I think that that's great. I mean, even Dave Ramsey talks about it, you know, go deliver pizza or whatever you have to do to make that extra income to pay for whatever it is that you want or to get out of debt or to get that savings in the savings account, right? Okay, so I am all for that if that's what fits with your family and it's not compromising your family and family time at all, right?
Right, the word compromising.
But my question is, why do people wait until December to get these extra jobs?
That's a good question.
When December is like the busiest month of the year.
Right.
And we're, you know, it's a time where we should be fellowshipping and being with other people and loving on people, which we should do that all year long. But it's a time like the season of giving.
Right.
And I feel like if we're constantly in the mode of I must work more so I can make more money so I can give, but then you're not able to see the people that you want to give to because you're constantly working, trying to make more money to give.
Right.
Like, why not get this extra job in, like you said, July or in the spring, January, February, March, when everything is calmed down, you know, the school year is starting to come to an end before summer just hits and everything is crazy again. You know, then put that money in savings and say, this is for Christmas in December, which is going to be, you know, 9 months from now.
Right.
And then in December, spend your time with your family.
That is a good question. Good point. So we would like to start Christmas in July. And the reason I am for that is because that is a procrastinator's dream. Like, I am no longer going to poo-poo stores that start in August putting up their Christmas stuff. Why? Because that is going to be my sign to start getting ready. Because it'll take me that long to get Christmas ready, you know, because I want to do Christmas well. I think that's where I freak out. That's where I panic is I want to do Christmas well. I want to make sure I give you a gift, not just something that I'm like, ooh, I'm at the store. Let me get you this gift. But I want to really think through a gift, think through something. And I don't really often give myself time to do that. So then I start stressing out because I'm like, did I save up money for said gift? Have I really thought about what person really needs or wants? Because I want to give them the very best gift. And so then I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to do that. So why bother trying? And
so it's either best or nothing.
Exactly. All or nothing. I am all or nothing kind of a person.
So what does doing Christmas well mean for you and your family?
Excellent. I think it's what you were saying, family time, spending time. We've been planning. This year, I've learned how to plan. So even at the end of November when Thanksgiving came, we were planning things to do in December, how to do Christmas well. Okay, today is our movie day. This day we're going for coffee at, hot chocolate on the square. So we've already been thinking how to really engage. It's been family. We're going to just take time and stop and be with each other. You know, we're going to do the things that we like to do and enjoy. That's as far as I've gotten. It is December 20th of today. You know,
is it really?
It is. Today is my niece Skylar's birthday. So there are 4 shopping days, or if you're going to see somebody later on Christmas Day, you have still 5.
Well, actually, if you buy on Amazon, you only have 2 days, even with Prime, maybe. Maybe.
That is good. Yes, that is.
Yeah.
What about you? How do you do Christmas well?
It changes every year. I think, once your kids reach a certain age and you're no longer celebrating certain gift-giving people, aka Santa, which we never really did anyway. We never really did the whole Santa thing. But I think for us this year doing Christmas well is my kids are really, really into Hallmark Channel and CMT.
Really?
Christmas movies. Oh my goodness. Like they could sit all day long and watch Hallmark and CMT Christmas movies over and over and over again.
Isn't CMT country music television?
Yeah.
They have...
Yeah.
Oh, I know they have movies on that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's not... I think Hallmark is like one right after the other. CMT, I think that they kind of put in a few other things.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not an all-day thing like Hallmark, but they have some movies that the kids love to watch. And so that's one of the big things this year is we're watching a lot of Christmas movies on Hallmark Channel. It's going...
I know.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, we've watched every year we have a certain, there's the Scrooge, A Christmas Carol. We went and saw that at Performing Arts. So it was the Cobb Energy Center. It was a field trip that we took, a homeschool field trip. And so we had great front row seats. We saw actors. I mean, in the middle of the day, it was great to go and see this performance of A Christmas Carol. So that was something family we did. It was school related. But we made sure we've watched our, what is it, Jim Carrey and Grinch. That's what it is. Grinch movie.
Yeah.
Conrad and I have some movies that we watch, 4 seasons. 4 Christmases. That's what it is with Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. Hilarious.
Okay.
And then Christmas with the Cranks. We actually let the kids watch that one this year because it's not bad. Kids can watch it. It's funny. So we do have our family movies. And today we will be doing... Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
That's our movie marathon day because I love those movies. So
awesome.
Gosh,
so do you guys do Santa?
Oh, this is the first year.
I know the answer to that. Listeners don't. So tell us about Santa.
This is the first year that we killed Santa, but I didn't do it on purpose. Like I've been reading people's responses, whether to keep Santa or whether not to keep Santa, and each one, they can do it themselves if they want to. Whatever works best for your family. So this year we are doing presents, but it's more of a want, need, share, read, or want, need, wear, read. That's what it was. So everybody got a gift that they wanted. Everyone's going to get a gift something that they need, something to wear, and something to read.
Okay.
So that's good. I've heard that jingles, over the past few years, and I thought this would be a great time to implement that.
That's really cool. So how did Santa die?
My kids just, one day I think we were talking about, let's write our letters to Santa. And then Kale just piped up from the back seat, Santa's the parents. I'm going to write you a letter. I'm like, well, yeah, that would really help so we would know what you want. But, but yeah, they were just, I don't know where it came from. Like all of a sudden one day they said that, because Kale said there were no footprints leading. There's no evidence of Santa from the chimney. Because our chimney, we have a chimney. I mean, we have a fireplace. There was no evidence of Santa tracks from the fireplace. So that was his deduction.
That was his reasoning. Okay. And so that was all it took for him.
Yeah, that was all it took for him.
There's no evidence of tracks. Done.
And he still believes in Jesus. So I'm throwing it out there. Like, there was still because you can see tracks of Jesus.
Right.
But yeah.
What about Elf on the Shelf?
We never did that. I just didn't like those.
Yeah, my kids pretty much begged me to not do Elf on the Shelf, not because they didn't want to have to I think it's, what is it, be good for that amount of time,
Right.
which really, you're not going to be good for the other 11 months of the year or however how this works. I don't know. But it wasn't because that they, didn't want to have to abide by those be good rules, but it was more of a, Mom, that's kind of creepy. And I don't really know that I want to allow that in our house.
That's hilarious coming from children.
Yeah. I think that Eden was the one who kind of pointed it out, and he was probably, I guess, about 9 when he said that. So I said,
had you done it before? Or you just seen it? This was kind of when the craze started.
This was when I think it first started, and his friends were talking about it. He was seeing advertisements for it or whatever, and I guess he saw them in the store or something, and he figured out what they were, and he was not interested whatsoever in having this creepy item in our home. So I said, okay.
That's funny. A friend of ours, coworker / friend Brad, he was talking about, he does Elf on the Shelf, but they don't do it in the haunting, you got to be good way. They just do it for practical jokes, like I Spy kind of thing. What is the elf doing today? So it makes it more of a fun, jovial
I can get into
type of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's Brad, jovial. Yeah. So, but
that's hilarious.
Going backwards to, you guys didn't do Santa.
We did not do Santa. We started out with Gabriel not doing Santa, and then when Eden came along, we still didn't do Santa, but we just it was more of a, hey, what's Santa going to bring you this year? As more of a conversation, kind of, just kind of fitting into the culture kind of thing. But the kids knew. And they would play along. It was, it was more of a play. But they knew, and they would play along. Oh, I don't know. What's Santa going to bring me this year? And they would look at us, But the funny thing is because we didn't celebrate Santa, we actually the boys had some friends at that time. And during Christmas, I guess between Thanksgiving and Christmas, the kids that were their friends were not allowed to hang out with them. For those 4 weeks of the year, because the parent was so afraid that my kids were going to spoil it for her kids and her family. So literally could not hang out with us.
That is funny.
Would not allow them to be around us for those 4 weeks of the year.
I mean, honestly, it used to stress me out because other people in community would say, what is Santa bringing you? And I just, when I was past 2 years going through that, what do I do with Santa? How do I do Santa? And I'd feel uncomfortable when people would say, they use the S word, Santa. Because I'm like, I don't know how I view Santa. And then I read this blog and it was like, basically, get over it. Do it or not. Doesn't matter. You're still going.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter.
You're not going to mess your kids up.
Or don't do it. And it wasn't we didn't do it for religious purposes or anything. It doesn't matter if we do it or if we don't. A lot of people will argue about that, I guess. But I get some hate mail. But it doesn't
That's
matter.
okay.
Yeah, but the bottom line is nothing can separate us from the love of God, not even Santa.
Amen, sister. Preach it. I love doing, dirty Santa gifts or secret Santa gifts.
You like doing that?
I do, because I like to see people fight. I like to get a good gift that people are going to be fighting over, because I don't know if it's I like hockey because I like the fighting. Yeah, I went to a women's gathering. We did a sock party. You exchange, same thing, secret Santa, but we all had socks. So that was the item, bring a sock.
That's cute.
And so I ended up getting back my own socks, which was fine, because I was like, do I recycle them or take them back to Target and get my $5? Or I just added them to the next gift for the next event that we did, and I put them in this cup, and I went to Big Lots and got this cup. And it was... It says, we might need to edit this out, but wait for it. The cup initials had WTF, and underneath it said, well, that's fantastic. So So I put my socks in that cup. And would you know that circled a couple of times at the church Christmas party. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that would have gone over really well at the White Elephant gift exchange party that we went to.
So that's my takeaway is, just get the best gift out there, because that's what brings me joy, is watching people fight over the gift that I bring. Mm-hmm. But I did bring another gift, and I thought it would get more traction, and it didn't. So that was like 50-50, and win one, lose one.
Yeah.
But this is the last episode for our first season. Woohoo! Right? Yep. Are we starting in January? Sometime in January to be announced.
Sometime in January.
Sometime in January. It definitely won't be the first week. Let's just go ahead and say that. It won't be the first week. So that'll be season 2. Stay tuned for that. So this is the ending the year well, doing Christmas well. Eggnog, do you like it? Just random, quickly. Anybody out there?
Okay, so define eggnog, because you mean like eggnog that you just go buy in the store and then you pour it in a glass, or the eggnog that is not suitable for children?
Well, either one.
Age of 21.
I like both those. That's right. You wouldn't get the. If anybody has a recipe for eggnog, I'll take that. Eggnog in the store versus eggnog that you make. Wink, wink. Which one?
We love eggnog. We buy a lot of it. I actually buy so much that I put it in my freezer, because they stop selling it, or they sell out and they stop selling it, after a certain date. So whenever I go to the grocery store, sometimes I'll pick up just another half gallon or a quart, or ever what size they come in. I don't know, 2 pints. Is that? I guess it's a quart, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, I'll pick up another one.
We homeschool our kids.
I'll pick up another one and stick it in the freezer so that we have it like through January. We can pull it out.
Right. It needs to be available for July, because we're doing Christmas in July, remember? We're going to?
Okay, yeah, okay.
What am I looking up? How many pints in a quart?
There's 2 pints in a quart.
Okay, thank you.
4 quarts in a gallon.
Okay, that's what I knew. Yeah, 4, and then I broke it down. Okay, so Tiffany stocks up on eggnog. If anybody has eggnog recipe, I would like it. Just there. And if anybody has recipes for anything, do you have a recipe? We always make fudge every year. That's my one thing. It's the fudge that I grew up on at Christmas time. Actually, I don't even know if it was Christmas time. My Aunt Susan always made this fudge. She would always go down to a neighbor's house, and they would make this fudge. It's like this butterscotch fudge, and I loved it. And my grandmother would put it in tins. I don't know if anybody else when you put your stuff in tins and you hide it somewhere, did anybody else sneak in the attic? Or our attic was upstairs, or her attic was upstairs rather. And so doesn't matter. The point of it is, I snuck candy, I snuck fudge, and I love this fudge. And I always thought it was the secret recipe, but you know what it is? If you go buy that marshmallow cream at the store, that fluffy thing is, and you turn on the back, there's a recipe right there. But you use butterscotch chips instead of the chocolate chips, because I don't like chocolate chips. I like chocolate chips by themselves. I really don't like chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, so now thank you since I make chocolate chip cookies every Wednesday for the past year that we have been podcasting, and now you're telling me that you don't like chocolate chips.
I do like chocolate chips.
You sure do eat a lot of them to not like them.
I do. But I'm coming to grips with the fact that I do like your chocolate chip cookies. But I like the dough often better than the actual cookie.
Oh yeah, me too.
I do like your cookies, but I need to not eat so many. So because sometimes I'll be like, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's a new podcast. Okay, what do you do to end the year? Like, Christmas has always been that time of Christmas Day, super happy, and then the minute the presents were opened and people went home, I would be very, very sad, because I was like, that was it, all this hype for 8 months, because Christmas to retail starts early, and then it would seem to just poof, and I would be so sad. And that sadness kind of lifted really after I got married. And and because probably there was somebody else I had, we can still do life together, yay. But I started thinking, Christmas is like a jumping off point for a whole new year of a fresh year, a new start. So you can take that week. What I do is take that week to plan. So January 1, I can start my goals. I usually start the lose weight goal, blah, 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 like everybody else does. But I want to take that week and plan out, finish enjoying time with my family, but really kind of plan out some fun things for the new year. Reflect what really went well this past year. What do I want to do well this year? So once I started realizing that, Christmas isn't the end. Christmas is the beginning, then my hope came. That dread lifted. I don't know if you ever experienced that kind of thing.
I do. Yeah, I think that I do. I do with different events too, not just with Christmas. But I enjoy hosting. I enjoy being around people, and then when I'm looking forward to that and then preparing for that, and then all of a sudden it's over and there's nothing to look forward to or to prepare for, I sometimes will go into this depression mode, and I have to consciously recognize that and consciously pull myself out of that mode.
Exactly.
And it's not that I'm always living for the next thing or whatever, but it's just there's just, and it's also I think a time of rest and recuperation from the preparation that is maybe possibly a little bit of the depression feelings, because sometimes when you feel depressed, one of the best things to do is go take a nap.
Oh, right.
If you start to feel something, that's just what I've been told. Not ongoing depression, but I'm just saying if you suddenly if it's not something that you normally feel and you suddenly start to feel it, maybe you need to go sleep. That's the first thing. Maybe you're just exhausted. Anyway, so I feel a lot of that, especially after big events like the holidays and we have the family coming over, and
But you bring up a good point. It's not like you're living for that moment. It's just, or the fact that you're I planned this event. Now what do I do? It's you have the excitement of planning, and you have the actual event, and then you have the ending. And you have that wrapped up, and it's okay, I almost got to get excitement. Then I almost have to grieve the fact that it's over, but not grieving in a bad way, because grief really isn't bad. It's just acknowledging that's over. And I think what's helped me process is, let me take away what worked well in this event. What do I maybe want to change for the next event? So if you look at it again, it's not an end, but it's a way to jumpstart to a new beginning. That mindset helps me. Because I just think it was the end. Like I said, I gotta wait 365 days for Christmas again. No! Christmas meant joy, it meant family, it meant being together. We'll take those things of the season and sprinkle them throughout the year. That's you know what? You can give people gifts throughout the year. You don't have to give them to them on that Christmas.
Right.
Not just their birthday. You can give them a gift, and a gift doesn't have to be a $25 gift card to whatever place. It can be, I don't know, take somebody for coffee or lunch or something. I get all of a sudden see emails about, hey, you want to give me a gift? Take me out for coffee. You were just saying something about taking.
Well, you were talking about finishing well and ending well.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the end of the year? In years past, at the end, sometimes at the end of the summer, when school's about to start back, I think, oh my gosh, this is the last summer I'm ever going to have with my kids, or 10 and 6,
right?
And then next year they're going to be 11 and 7, and this is going to be the last summer I've ever get to spend with them at this age. And so I'd be really sad. And sometimes at the end of the years, I would feel the same thing. This is the last year that my kids are, that we're ever going to experience this year together. And, and then the next year, of course, then we make new memories, and I'd feel the same way at the end of every year. But I can tell you that at the end of last year, at the end of 2016, I was very excited for 2017 to come. There was just a lot of stuff in 2016 that I was very happy to say goodbye to.
Yes, exactly.
And so 2017 was great. And so I also look at things in numbers, as God kind of puts things in numbers as well. Excuse my bread machine in the background.
It sounds like I'm giving her a jolt.
But I look at things in numbers, and I think, okay, 2017, the number 7 is perfection. And I would look at that as this is the year of perfection. And I can see where that word has actually played out a lot in my life, with different things being perfected. And even...
Ooh, good.
Right. And so number 8 would be the number of new beginnings. And I can remember 2008 was a huge new beginning year for me personally.
Absolutely.
And so I'm looking forward to 2018, and I'm hoping for the new beginnings in 2018.
wow, we just cut out everything else we talked about and just stick that in there, because you're right. This year has been a big year for both of us, individually and in podcast land. And then we've got great things for 2018. I mean, I'm excited. I've never been more excited about a year ever.
Yeah, so I'm not really sad about 2017 leaving.
Yeah.
I'm excited for what 2018 is going to bring.
And I'm not sad. Yeah, I'm not sad because I'm like, oh, good riddance, 2017. I'm like, thank you. Shaking hands with 2017 going, you were really great to me.
Right.
I had a great time with you. Now,
it was good riddance to 2016.
What is 6?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. What was 6 meaning? What is... Aside from 666, the year of the devil, maybe that was... I'm just kidding. I wanted to talk about year ending well, and I wanted to throw in the Passion Planner. The reason that I love the Passion Planner... Nobody paid me to say this. Passion Planner does not pay me to say this. I wish they would, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So they have in there, it's end of the year reflection. So excuse me as I turn these pages. End of year reflection, you got to rate the year. You're going to add, what advice would you give yourself at the beginning of the year? Biggest lessons that you've learned. Review your planner and kind of see what you did well. So I love that they give space for that. They give space for it at the end of the year, but also intermittently, like throughout the year. Every month has an end of how you kind of evaluate. And I find that I thrive off that, going, you know what? I need to, instead of just plummeting through the year and going like just working for the next thing, I'm able to take a breath, focus on what happened, focus on what I want to happen. So that's helped me process going into the new year. I don't know why I just said that. Okay, Passion Planner done. Get a Passion Planner, get a planner, it doesn't matter, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to go through this past year, take your calendar, take whatever you've used, maybe mark your time and go, you know what, these are the fun things that we did. These are the things that maybe I want to change for next year, and just write them down and celebrate those. There, done. But also what I asked was, getting back to the Christmas one, I asked people, said, please comment. My friend Brenda said, a framed picture of someone whom said person loves, Curious George himself. Give experiences, not things. Kathy Little, thank you. I love that. My friend Kathy, give experience. And that's what I think I've been wanting to do is...
And I read the other day where experiences is one of the big things that the millennials are actually... doing right now. Like that's one of the things that they want to invest in experiences more than they want to invest in things. Experiences is one of the things that I think that more people are starting to invest in lately.
Tammy says, I think the recipient plays a big part in answering this question, because I might answer it differently based on the person. But I think the one thing I can give that no one else can, and that the person can't get anywhere else, is my time. Spend time with the person over a meal, at a movie, just hanging out or talking. Just hanging out talking. So that's
over
like experience. Yeah. At a movie, comma. Just hanging out. Okay. Yes, no, she's yes. Another person says, take them to a sporting event or concert. That's Kent. Oh, cookies, cake, ornaments. Allison Mackey, who's been a guest on our podcast, says experiences. She too says experiences. Even people who have everything have usually not experienced everything. Good point. We always check out Groupon and look for things to do near the recipient's address. Some stuff we have given is camping gift certificate that included free paddle boat ride, facials, massage, zip line tickets. These are all like colons, not like you're going to get a camping experience with facials and massage. Sorry, I'm not.
I don't know. I think that having a combination of that could be pretty cool.
Coming from an experienced camper. So that's why. So yes, facial massages, zip line tickets. Wow. Scuba diving lessons, horseback riding lessons, voice lessons, cake decorating classes. Oh, I like it. Movie tickets, cooking classes, concert tickets, ballet tickets, opera tickets. Oh, considered painting. She's also considered painting classes, pottery classes, ballroom dance lessons, etc. These kind of gifts make lasting memories and don't need batteries. I got to really like all these and respond to them later, but these are some of the ones.
Okay, so if I wasn't overwhelmed with trying to figure out what kind of gift, now I'm overwhelmed with trying to figure out which one to pick from this list.
Actually, she should put her, I'm excited when her book does come out and materialize. That's going to be a good gift. Right. Merritt Ansa from Devoted Dreamers says, this may sound lazy, but we are doing gift cards to favorite restaurants this year. I love gift.
I think that is great. And actually, I was thinking about telling my husband, hello, hubby. Hello. For my birthday every year, instead of getting me something, get me like a gift card. Like Visa gift card that will go anywhere,
That's
or even cash works as well.
Yeah. But money talks.
Specifically for eating out.
Okay.
We have we have our budget, we have our eat out fund that we work with every
fun
every
extra
month. So, but I was thinking, because sometimes during the day when I'm here with the boys and we're homeschooling, all of a sudden it's like I would just like to get out of the house and go get like a cheeseburger or something.
I feel guilty about it.
But we have our budget,
right.
and I try to like protect that budget for when the 4 of us go out, and it's not just 3 of us going and eating, and then all of a sudden when Brandon's home, it's like, oh, we have no,
you can't eat out.
You can't eat out with us. So I try to protect that for when he's home with us or like whatever. So if I had like a special budget
I like it.
just for eating and just say, here you go.
Tiffany's special eating budget.
I know, just for me and the boys to just go during the day to go get Chick-fil-A ice creams or milkshakes or, go get a cheeseburger somewhere or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's my, and I can make it last as long as I can throughout.
I like that. I like that idea. And I like that. I like that. Especially if you know that maybe they don't get to do it often, or you just made me think about. I know I've got to get a gift for somebody, and it's more family oriented. So I'm like, well, they like to do this particular event, and because of the amount of people that they have in their family, it could be a little bit pricey. So what if I gave them a gift certificate towards that? And they already like to do it, but maybe they don't do it so much because it costs money. So so these are great ideas. Let me just say that I'm excited about 2017. What I learned from it. There's a lot of challenges we faced. We got through it. I didn't even know 2017. We didn't know what that was going to look like. We had some job changes, and it was like, what's going to happen? So, and God has been so good. He's been so good to provide. He's been so good to just meet our needs, just like He says in His Word. He is faithful, and so reflecting on that, when I start to get like in the panic mode, or whenever I start to get so self-centered focused about the what could, what might, I just remember what God has done, what God did. So I'm thankful for that. 2017, I learned a lot. And I learned most importantly that I am not afraid to fail, because failure is how you move forward. Failure is what you learn from.
Right.
And I am afraid of success. And now that I've said it, I can deal with that and move forward. I'm excited about 2018. I'm excited about 2017 and what it brought me to enter into 2018.
That's it for today. Tune in next time as we continue to dive into life.
In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. You can find us at teaoflifepodcast.com or follow us on Instagram at teaoflifepodcast.
Until next time, in the words of Monty Python,
Make tea, not war.